Okay.
Okay, no, ist gut so, ist gut so.
Okay, now I start to talk.
Now, what's the topic? What's the topic of the movie?
Okay, first, my time here in this apartment without him, without Philip, because he was in a psychiatry, and the time after when he came.
Can I help you a little bit with the talking?
Yes, you can also.
If you want.
Yes, okay. So, well, I wanted to say I was in psychiatry since I am 20 years old, almost once every year, at least one time every year. And
by the way, if you might have noticed, she's got a Russian accent.
I don't know why. Yes, okay.
Say love to them.
Wow. Normally I can speak English without accent because I spent half a year in the United States, but now I forgot.
She lost it.
I've just forgotten it, and okay. So when Philip was in psychiatry, I was here all the time alone, and I got completely isolated. I felt completely isolated. I was like sitting in a deep hole. And
nobody helped her out.
Yes, and it was like all black around me. It was like I'm looking around me, but it was like I couldn't see anything. You know, I felt like I couldn't see anything. And then he came out, and we said this the video before, that he had his problems and he needed to talk about them. But since I felt like I'm sitting in a deep hole, it was like I was just trying to get in contact with them. I was just always.
Yeah, that's true. I always said to her, like when she visited me in the mental home, I told her I need to talk about what happened in those days where I was in the psychiatry, for me to relieve what I have suffered from the daily life in psychiatry. And she sorry, but she couldn't listen, or she could listen just very small amounts, short amounts of time, short amounts of intensity, because she was always in her own world, and she had nobody to help her out of this. So she wants to talk about it.
Yeah. So I was just trying to get in contact, and I was just like sitting in a deep pool, and I always. Every time he talked to me, I was just, there's a voice that tries to talk to me. So I was like, help me out. You know, like a person that's gefangen oder so.
In jail.
In jail, or and the person hears some noise and is just screaming, help me. So I felt, so I wasn't able to listen to him, and. Yes, and now another thing, when I was visiting him every day for at least 3 hours.
Please post in the comments whose English is better.
Your
or her.
Of course yours. But
of course yours.
Yes, I was visiting him every day, and for me it was horrible, because it was the last time I was in psychiatry, I was there for 11 months. So always when I came back, just already when I just came near to the psychiatry, it was just like I'm like 500 meters away from the psychiatry.
That's what everybody's experiencing.
But
when you go to the place, to the area where the psychiatry is, it's not nice to be there. The whole neighborhood is like enchanted. It's like when you come there, people look at you strange. It's really you can feel it. The people, when you walk the streets and you start moving into the neighborhood where the psychiatry is, you see that people look at you different. It's true, and that's what Jana is trying to explain. She came to the psychiatry and had this horrible feeling that you get when you are there. Just simply by being there, you feel horrible.
Yes, and for me it was horrible, because it was like when I was sitting with the people there in the garden, I felt like I'm also a patient. It was like I spent there 11 months, and when I came back there, it was for me like I'm still here. I'm still in the. It's
like you can't get out of it.
Yes,
it's like even when you're out of it, it's like you're still in there.
Yes,
and that's what the medication is doing, because they keep you tied to them, and That's something that we try to overcome, something that we try to work through in our lives, within our lives, because I don't want to die on medication. I don't want to die because of medication, but I don't want to die. I don't want to take pills all my life until I die, which is what the psychiatrist. It's funny because the psychiatrist was once telling me, you know, when you get your family, when you get the job, when you get your house, then you might get off the pills. You know, I don't have a family now. All I have is Jana. I have no job and I have no house. You know, and I don't know how to get that, but I know that I don't get it when I'm on medication, because that's just making me more crazy, and that's just making me more of an outsider, and that's just making my chances to become normal, to have a job, a house, and a wife smaller. It's making my chances smaller. So that's not the way.
Even if you manage to get a job and family on medication, if you're still on medication, you cannot really be sure that you won't go back. You don't have to go back to the psychiatry. So you won't still have a normal life. So it's better to try to get off the medication and then, you know, to have a job and family and all this stuff.
Then start a real life, you know?
Yes, because that's no real life. It's like you take these pills just to...
It's like you're under coverage all the time.
Yes.
With the pills. And we have a friend who recently stopped taking the pills, and she gets around quite well. And we're concerned about her, and I'm always interested in knowing how she is. And I hope she makes it. And she's a little off the hook at the moment, but
she's just freeing herself.
She's freeing herself. She's got so many energy that's downpressed or that's suppressed by the medication, that she lives a life that's very energetic and very inspirational and very colorful. It's very colorful. Very colorful.
Yes, she took medication also for about 10 years,
and then she took her boyfriend has, maybe we can tell the story in the next video.
Yes.
If this isn't enough here.
Yes.
But she took tronabinol, which is a drug that's based on marijuana, on marijuana, and that helped her coming off the medicine, of the psychopharmaca, of the psychopharmaceuticals.
Yes.
And
I think it was because her real personality could break through. You know, her real personality. Now she's like some kind of. Sometimes she seems to be like a little bit crazy, but it's just because she's freeing herself, and she.
And we're not advertising here that you use ganja or marijuana. We just state that it helps us. It helps us freeing ourselves.
Yes.
We don't want you to do that. You can do whatever you want. We don't want to be reliable for what you do or what you don't. We just say that we try to live a healthy life. We try to eat healthy. We try to do sports. We try to free ourselves from what's hindering us from having a good life, normal life, and therefore we also use ganja, and it's not an advertisement here. It's just what we are having with it.
Yeah, but I want to explain a little bit how I feel about ganja.
It's the time might run out.
Okay, now I try to say this. It's like your unconscious gets out.
Your subconscious.
Your subconscious gets out. You feel what your real problems are. I started to be able to write about my problems. Before I took ganja, I didn't even know what are my problems. I just felt completely isolated. I wasn't able to contact with people normally. And
I know that because she told me about her life, and it's been a really tough life. And what she experienced is really hard, and now she tells me all the time that if I wouldn't be there helping her, and she would already be the next time in the mental home.
I don't see me anywhere if